Hello everybody, welcome to today's live. Hello, how are we doing tonight? Good evening, Shakil. Good evening to everybody that's joining. I see so many familiar names. Hello, welcome back to our live lesson on TikTok. Hi Ras. Hi Z27. Hello. Hi. Hi Suresh. Hello. Hi everyone, welcome to tonight's live lesson on our social media platforms. My name is Coach Shahira from MasterMaths and we are doing PSLE Maths revision tonight. We are going through the topic of model drawing, okay, or rather the technique of model drawing tonight. Hi Fazli, hello Mina, good evening. Hi X-Viper, hello. Hi Nirazi, hello. Hi, good evening everyone. Welcome to tonight's live lesson on our social media platforms. My name is Coach Shahira from MasterMaths. We are going through the technique of model drawing tonight. For those of you who are already here, please try question 1. Are we able to see the screen clearly tonight? I hope it's a little bit better than last week. Hi Jehan, hello. As usual, for those of you who are interested in getting the worksheet, they are found on our Telegram channel. So head on over to our Telegram channel. The link is at the top of the worksheet. It's also found at the bottom of the worksheet. Yes, Viper, this live is on TikTok too. We will go through the question in about 2 minutes time, alright? Yuri, don't give up. Don't give up. Try and try and try again. Hello everybody. Again, welcome to our live lesson on our social media platforms. My name is Coach Shahira from MasterMaths and we are going through the technique of model drawing today, okay? This live is suitable for our P5 and P6 students. But if you're not in P5 or P6, you are free to join as well. For those of you who are interested in getting our worksheets, they are found on our Telegram channel. The link is at the top and bottom of the screen. And if you are keen for more of such resources, like our worksheets and our live lessons, do follow us on all our social media platforms for more of such content, okay? Alright, it is now 8:05 p.m. We are going to begin. Okay, alright, so again, today we are going through the concept or the technique of model drawing, alright? We are going through the technique of model drawing. That means we are looking at questions where model drawing may be more of an easier method to solve Of course, I'm not saying that the only way to solve the question is via model drawing, but today's questions that we are going to see are more easily solvable using model drawing. Alright, so let's go through the question. Again, if you are interested to download our worksheet, they can be found on our Telegram channel. Okay? Alright, so let's go through the question now. Somebody mentioned it should be more than 140, right? Let's take a look. Now, Joey had $140 more than Siti. How much money should Joey give to Siti so that she will have $210 less than Siti? Okay, so Jean taught 5. You are right. We should indeed be giving away more than or rather, we should indeed cut more than $140. Okay, the reason is because we want to eventually have way less than Siti. Okay, $210 less than Siti. So what we are going to do is we will first draw the very first line. Joey has $140 more than Siti. Okay, this first line is not difficult to draw. Alright, so this is our $140. Okay? Alright, so with that, since we want to give some money such that she will have $210 less than Siti, do you guys think that we should give $140 over? Do you think we should give $140 only? Definitely not, right? We do not want to only give $140 because it's not enough. If let's say we only give $140, then Joey will only have $140 less than Siti. But this is not enough. Okay? What if we give a little bit of $140? Just a little bit. Okay? Then again, the difference is not going to be $210. $210 is more than $140. Okay, this is more than 140. Therefore, we should definitely cut away more than 140. But how much more should we cut? This is what we are going to do, okay? We don't know how much more we should cut. So all I'm going to do is, since I need to cut more, I'm just going to cut somewhere here. Okay? And we don't know how much more. Do you all recall what I mentioned before in a few of our live lessons? If I don't know something, what do I call it? Do you all remember? If I don't know something, I don't know how much more than 140, what do I call it? Can you all type it in the chat? What do we call it? Much. Fantastic. Yes, Russ, you are right. We call it 1 unit. Excellent. So I'm going to call this 1 unit. I'm so happy that some of you are really learning from this, right? So if we don't know something, we call it 1 unit. I've mentioned this before. So fantastic. So I don't know how much more than 140. I'm just going to call it 1 unit more than 140. And this is going to be what we need to find out. Okay? And she is going to give this amount to Siti. So I am going to draw for Siti 140 more plus another 1 unit. 140 more plus another 1 unit. Okay? So this is how much Joey will give Siti. We don't know how much more than 140, but we are just going to call that as 1 unit. So eventually, let me highlight for you what Joey will have eventually. Can everybody see this? This is how much Joey will have eventually, right? And how much Siti will have is all the way here. Everybody agree? Okay? So this is how much Siti is going to have, right? Okay, so that means for us to find out how much she should give, we know that the difference between the two at the end is going to be $210. Okay? Do we know what to do now? Alright, do we know what to do now? Okay, therefore we know that our 2 units will be 210 minus 140 to give us 70. Okay, 2 units is $210 minus $140 to give us $70. So 2 units is $70 Therefore, 1 unit will be 70 divided by 2 to give us 35. So the amount that she has to give, okay, to give is not just 1 unit, but remember we shaded 1 unit plus 140. Remember at the start we mentioned we need to give more than 140. So how much more? It's $35 more. So that will be 35 plus 140 to give us $175. Alright. So the final answer is option number 4. Okay? Wow, I see so many comments in the comment section. You guys are guessing the answer. Oh dear. Okay. Honestly, if you guess the answer without even doing, we know that the answer is definitely number 4 because we already mentioned that she should be giving more than 140. And the only option that is more than 140 is number 4. Agree? The only option more than $140 is option 4. Okay? So even if you really don't know how to do, but by logical thinking, you know that it must be more than 140, then your only correct answer is option 4. Clear? Alright. Okay. So using elimination method, you know that option 4 is the correct answer. But if you have more than one option that is more than 140, you are going to need to do this method. Okay, so let me explain one more time. I'm going to explain one more time. For those of you who already know, please help me spam the like button. Okay, I'm going to explain one more time. But for those of you who already know, help me spam the like button as I'm explaining again. Alright? Okay, so firstly, let me explain in a different way why each of these other methods is not right, okay? Let me explain in a different way. Now, if Joey gives Siti $35, option 1, okay? If Joey gives Siti $35, then the difference is going to be something like this. Oops, let me draw it out for you. Initially, she had 140. She gave away 35. So she's going to have 140 minus 35, which is 105. She gave away 35. Okay? And this Siti will have 35 extra. Okay? And again, this shows that this is not 210 less. Okay, Joey is supposed to have 210 less, so option 1 is out. Everybody can follow? Option 1 is out. Okay, and then option 2 is also not right. For option number 2, if Joey were to give $70, okay, if Joey were to give $70, then they are going to have the same amount of money. She's going to have $70 left because she gave 70 away. Siti will have $70 extra, so they will have the same amount of money. So option 2 also out. What about option 3? Okay, looking at option 3. If Joey were to give Siti $105, she is going to have $35 left. Okay, the difference here, $35. And Siti is going to have extra $105. The difference is going to be less than 210. Okay, we want the difference to be 210. Understand? Okay? Can follow? Where did we get the 2 units from? When we give away 1 unit and 140, the 1 unit goes here. There's a 1 unit in the bottom here as well. Okay, because the model, they are stacked on top of each other for you to easily visualize. When we give away our 1 unit, the difference, the value here is also going to be 1 unit. Okay? Understand? Okay, any questions for now? Alright. Okay, if you are good, I am going to explain one last time, okay? Just using this model method, going to explain one last time, okay? If she wants to have way less than CT, she must give more than all of the difference to CT, agree? If she gives the difference, which is 140, or a value that is less than 140, she's still going to have more than CT, okay? So in other words, we are looking at a generous sharing here. She's going to share her money, but she's so generous that she's going to share so much such that she has less. Okay, so she's going to give more than 140. How much more? We call that 1 unit. We don't know how much more. We call that 1 unit. Okay, so when we give away, this is the difference at the end. This is Joey at the end, CT at the end. This is the difference at the end, which is supposed to be 210 from the question. Okay, so 210 will be our 2 units. 1 unit is 35. So she has to give 1 unit and 140, which is $175. Clear? Alright. Okay, if you are clear, can you help me spam the like button? Okay, for those of you who just joined, welcome. My name is Coach Shahira from MasterMaths. We are going through the technique of model drawing here. Okay, on PSLE Maths Revision Series. So we have this live lesson every Tuesdays at 8 p.m. and it will last until 9 p.m. Okay? Hello, Aya. Hi. Welcome. Alright. Thank you so much for sharing our live, for those of you who are sharing. And for all your likes, we will now move on to question number 2. Okay, we will now move on to question number 2. Alright? Okay, again, some of you are not so sure why there is another unit here. When we give 140 and 1 unit, the difference, let me remove this, yeah? The difference is going to be this much. This is the difference at the end. That's why we have another 1 unit at the bottom. Okay? That's why we can conclude that this bottom piece is also 1 unit. Clear? Alright, let's move on to question number 2. Question number 2 is going to be very similar to question number 1, okay? Except the values are slightly different. Okay, I'm going to show you the model method as well. So let's go through question number 2. Okay, so again, Joey had $140 more than City. How much money should Joey give to City so that she will have $30 less than City? Okay, so for this question, the difference is $30. Okay, for this question, the difference is $30. Now, for some of you who are asking, is there any other way we can do this without model? Yes, there is. I'm going to show you in a second as well, okay? So, for those of you who are trying the model method, can you try this now? I will go through in about 2 to 3 minutes time, okay? So, let me give you a hint. Again, I will start. The difference is $140. Okay, so what do you think we should do? All right. Okay. This is very similar, but the only difference is our value here. No longer 210, but this time around it's $30 less. She still wants to have less, but it's not $210 less, but it's just $30 less. Okay? Earlier on, remember, 210 was more than 140. Now $30, this is less than 140. Okay, so what do we do if it's less than 140? Hello Fateh, welcome to the lesson. Hi. Okay. Kan, you got it now. I'm happy that you got it. Okay, I'm going to go through in another minute's time. For those of you who don't get it, don't worry. Okay, if you don't get it, don't worry. I will go through in a way that you will definitely understand. Okay, so don't worry. I have something in store for you. Just try first. Okay, another hint that I can give you is, since this $30 is less than 140, are we going to cut inside the 140 bar or outside the 140 bar? Okay, are we going to cut inside the 140 bar or outside the 140 bar? Okay, alright, I think I'm going to go through this question now. Okay, let me show you the model method first, and then I will continue with a method that is a little bit easier to understand in terms of in words. Okay, I'm going to explain in words later on. That's a little bit easier to understand. So first of all, since we know that $30 is less than 140, we are going to cut inside the 140 bar. Do we all agree? Okay, do we all agree? Alright, since $30 is less than $140, we cut inside the 140 bar. So indeed, those of you who are saying inside, you are right, well done. So I'm going to cut inside the 140 bar. Okay? Now, what I'm going to teach you using a much easier method to understand is this. I'm going to write it in purple, okay? So that when we are drawing the model, it's so much easier to understand. So first of all, Joey has more than Siti, right? But she wants to have less than Siti eventually. So she is going to be sharing with Siti very generously. Okay? She's going to share with Siti very generously. So I'm going to label this as the generous sharing. Okay? So if it's generous sharing, what do we do? Very simply, we are going to give $30 to Siti. Then we share the difference equally. Can we understand this? Okay, if we share the difference equally, they're going to have the same amount of money. But since she wants to have $30 less, we are going to give $30 to Siti. Then we share the difference equally. Do we understand this? If you understand, can you give me a thumbs up? Okay, she's going to be so generous in her sharing that she wants to have $30 less than Siti. So she will say, okay, Siti, you take $30 first, then we share the difference equally. Okay? So if you understand this, I give $30 to Siti first, so now Siti has $30, she keep. Then the difference we share equally. This will allow Siti to eventually have $30 extra. Agree? Okay? Siti will have $30 extra because we gave $30 to Siti first. Then we share the difference equally. Okay? So with this, we are going to give $30 to Siti. Then we share the difference equally. Okay? Give $30 to Siti, then share the difference equally. Eventually, Siti is going to have 1 unit with an extra $30. Okay, this is what Siti will have. 1 unit with an extra $30. Okay, so 1 unit and $30. Can everybody understand? Is this clearer to understand now? Again, we want Siti to have extra 30. So we faster let her keep the 30 first. Then we share the difference equally. So we let her keep 30 first. Then we share the difference equally. Is this easier to understand now? Alright. So with that, this is how much we need to give to Siti. How much we need to give to Siti. So this time round, our 2 unit will be 140 minus 30 to give us 110. So our 1 unit will be 110 divided by 2 to give us 55. and the amount that she has to give will be 1 unit with the 30 that she gave Siti at first. So that will be 55 plus 30 to give us 85. Okay, so the correct answer is option 2. Do we understand? Okay, shall I drop a bomb for you guys now? Shall I drop you a bomb? Okay, the bomb is, for question number 2, I have seen this appear in primary 3 before. I've seen this appear in primary 3 papers before. Okay, so to understand this very easily, you just remember. Okay, I'm just going to show it to you one more time. Just remember this method. Okay, just remember this method. If it is a generous sharing, I'm going to put this as a key points here, yeah? Can everybody see here? Okay, the star. Alright, so if it's a generous sharing, generous type of sharing, we will give the extra first, then share the difference equally. Okay, if it is a fair sharing, all we have to do is share the difference equally. Alright, and if it is a very selfish sharing, so selfish sharing means instead of she wants to have less than Siti, she wants to have more. Okay, if it's a selfish sharing, we keep the extra. Instead of we give, we keep the extra, then we share the difference equally. Clear? Okay, with this in mind, you can use the same method to do question 1 as well. So I'll let you all try that on your own, okay? Alright, do we understand this? Okay? Do we understand this? So let me explain one more time. If she is very, very generous, she wants to have less than the other person when actually she has more, then we give the extra first to that person, then we share the difference equally. Remember, share the difference equally just means divide 2, yeah? Share difference equally means divide 2. Okay? So again, if she is very generous, we give the extra first, then we share the difference equally. Okay, if she's selfish, we keep this extra for ourselves, then we share the difference equally. Clear? Alright, do we understand this? I hope it's a little bit clearer for you to understand now. Okay? Alright, so some of you are saying algebra method. To be honest, this is algebra because you are using unit. You are representing something that you don't know as x, but this time around we call it 1 unit. Okay, so it's very similar to algebra as well. Okay, why Joey has 2 units after 140 minus 30? Because we give the extra first, then we share the difference equally. Since there's 2 people, we need to cut this into 2 parts. That's why there's 2 units, because we want to cut it into 2 parts. Share equally. Okay? Clear now? Alright. Any questions? Okay, if you are clear and you find this black color portion, the generous, the fair, the selfish way of thinking a little bit simpler for you, can you help me spam the like button, please? You know the drill, right, everybody? Okay. Alright, so as usual, if you guys stay all the way till the end, I'm going to share with you a story, okay? I will share with you a story if you stay all the way till the end. This story that I'm going to share with you always cracks me up, always. Okay, so for those of you who just joined, welcome. My name is Coach Shahira from MasterMaths. We are going through the technique of model drawing on our PSLE Maths revision series. Okay, if you are interested to get your hands on our worksheet, they can be found on our Telegram channel. The link is at the bottom. And for those of you who already have our worksheet, please help me like this live, share this live with everybody you know, and follow us on all our socials. For those of you who just joined and you missed question 1, not to worry. You can always go and listen to this live again. The recording is on our YouTube channel, okay? Alright, so let's quickly go through to question number 3. Thank you for keeping the likes up. Oh, somebody said 50k likes. Can we get it to 50k likes? Let's try. Okay, let's go on to question number 3. Okay, let's go on to question number 3. There were 76 fewer boys than girls in a school hall at first. Okay, 76 fewer boys than girls in a school hall at first. After 116 more boys entered the school hall and 92 girls left the school hall, so we take away. The ratio of the number of boys to the number of girls that remained was 5:2. How many boys were in the school hall at first? Okay, how many boys were there in the school hall at first? So let's start drawing the model. The very first line is not difficult to draw. Now the key thing to take note here when we are drawing models is to follow the flow of the question. If the question started with 76 fewer boys than girls, then we are going to draw 76 fewer boys than girls. Okay, just follow the flow so that you are very clear of what to do in every part. Okay, unfortunately it seems like my iPad has jammed. Let's see if it works now. Nope. Let me try to reopen this. Okay, all right. Alright, so for those of you who are looking at this question, you may try to draw the model for this question. Okay, 76 fewer boys than girls in a school hall at first. So we are going to draw 76 less. Unfortunately, my pencil is still not working. Let's try and see if it works in a second. Okay, can you all try this now? We will go through in about 2 minutes time, okay? Let's try this now. We'll go through it in 2 minutes time. Oh, perfect. Okay. All right. If you are interested in getting some help, you don't know what to do, you can type in the SOS as usual. Okay? There are 76 fewer boys than girls. Okay? So girls is going to have more by 76. Okay? 76 more. I see some SOS. Okay, so for those of you who are not so sure, what I want all of you to do is to follow the flow of the question and continue to draw. Okay? They told you that 116 more boys entered the school hall. So if more boys entered, what do you think we should do? If more boys entered, what do you think we should do? Okay, what do you think we should do? More boys entered, so we should? Yes, March, you're right. We should add. Because more boys entered, we are going to add. Add 116 to the boys. Okay? Add 116 to the boys. So those of you who said add, well done. Okay, so then they told you that 92 girls left the school hall. So if the girls left, what do you think we should do to the girls? Can you type it in the chat? If the girls left the school hall, what should we do to the girls? Can you type it in the chat now? Fazrin, you're right. Ras, you're right. If they left, we should subtract. Now this portion is slightly more challenging. Why? Because we already have a number here. But don't worry, class. Why did I say class? Don't worry, guys. Okay, the 92 here is more than 76. Okay, this 92 is more than 76. Therefore, we cut more than 76. This part can follow. 92 is more than 76, so we cut more than 76. So cut how much more? Again, we don't know. We need to do some calculations there, but we can just cut something more than 76. Okay, some value more than 76. And since we already know this is 92, we can straight away find out how much more than 76 is that. So we are going to do that in our first step. 92 minus 76. Okay, what's 92 minus 76? Okay, 92 minus 76. Alright, do we all get 16? Okay, 92 minus 76, this will be 16. So that means this value here is 16. Okay, let me write it in black. This value here is going to be 16. Okay, and we also know that girls, in the end, this portion is 2 units, and boys, in the end, is 5 units. Girls in the end 2 units, boys in the end 5 units. So this will be our 2 units, and this whole portion at the bottom is our 5 units. Okay, so do we know what to do now? What do you think we should do now? What do you think we should do now? For those of you who are stuck, let me give you a hint, okay? For those of you who are stuck, let me give you a hint. What you can do whenever you draw model is look for 2 things. Okay, what you can do when you draw model is look for 2 things. Either the total or the difference. Okay, you can either look for the total or the difference. Okay, in this case, if we were to look for the total, that's impossible because we don't know how much is these values here. We cannot look for the total just yet. So we try to look for the difference. Now the difference in units, if this is 5, this is 2, the portion that is here is going to be 3 units. Can everybody see that? The portion here is 3 units. So I see more and more of you getting it right. Therefore, this portion is going to be 3 units, which is 16 plus 116 to give us 132. Okay, so again, in a model, you can look for 2 things, either the total or the difference, whichever helps you. In this case, we cannot look for total because there are some parts without any values. We don't know how to find them. Okay, but we can look for the difference. The difference is 3 units, which is this portion, 116 plus 16. We will get 132, and therefore 1 unit is 132 divided by 3 to give us 44. Okay, so 1 unit is 44. Then now we can find very easily, right? So 1 unit is 44. How many boys were there in the school hall at first? Okay, at first, we can look for boys in the end, then subtract away 116. Or we can find 2 units plus 16. So let me write down boys at first. This will be our 5 units in the end. Subtract 116. So 5 times 44, subtract 116. We will get the final answer, 104. Okay, so our final answer is option number 3, 104. Do we understand this? All clear? Now, what do you think is this concept? Somebody mentioned before, change, after. Okay, somebody mentioned before, change, after. What do you think is this concept? Is it before, change, after? Can you be a little bit more specific? Before, change, after is very vague. What do you think is this concept? Okay, this concept is actually external transfer. Why external transfer? Because each of them are adding and taking away from outside sources. Okay, we are adding and taking away from outside sources. So if we have internal transfer, we are sharing between the people in the question. Then external transfer just means we are adding or subtracting from outside. So if you give away, you take in, you join, enter, leave. These are all things, examples of external transfer. Okay? Alright, so let me explain one more time. Step 1, you draw based on what the questions say. 76 more boys than girls. 76 fewer boys, so 76 extra must belong to the girl. This is step 1. Okay, we just draw the 76 extra. Step 2, they say boys plus because they entered the hall. So I draw extras 116. Okay, this is all my extra 116. Then they told you 92 girls left. So we cut away 92. And this is the girls that left the hall. So in the end, 2 units is girls. The entire portion here for all the boys that remained in the hall is 5 units. So the difference, this portion must be 3 units, which is 16 plus 116. 16 because 92 minus 76. Clear? Alright. Okay? Alright, if you understand this question, can you help me spam the like button again? All of you know the drill, right? Okay, after every question, help me spam the like button, please. Thank you very much. For those of you who just joined, welcome. My name is Coach Shahira from MasterMaths. We are going through the technique of model drawing in our PSLE Maths Revision series that happens every Tuesday at 8 p.m. For those of you who are interested to catch previous lessons as well as the questions that you have missed out, you can always go and listen to the recording on our YouTube channel. Okay? The questions and the worksheet can be found on our Telegram channel. The link is at the top and bottom of the screen, here and here. Okay, top and bottom of the screen. Thank you for all the likes that's coming in. Okay, we are running slightly behind time. We have 3 more questions. Let's go. Ready? Thank you for all the likes. Let's move on. Okay, question number 4. Question number 4 is interesting. Okay, let's take a look. Question number 4. Amber had 15 more 50-cent coins than 20-cent coins at first. So again, they told you 15 more 50-cent than 20-cent coins at first. What you can do is just draw it out, okay? When you draw the model, you're able to visualize better and you're able to see the differences a little bit better as well. So I'm going to straight away draw the first line. We have the 50-cent coins and the 20-cent coins. Okay, so let me draw it out. Okay, the difference is going to be 15. Okay, so far so good. I haven't done anything at all, just draw. Okay, this difference is 15. Oops. Okay. Then they told you, she decided to change $4 worth of 50-cent coins for 20-cent coins of the same value. So if she changed $4 worth of 50-cent coins, means we don't want the 50-cent coins anymore. And instead, we want to increase the 20-cent coins by the same value. So far, understand? So what we are looking at is a value here. But what we are drawing is the number of coins. This is the number of coins. So what do you think we should do to relate value to number. How do you think we should do that? Okay, any ideas? $4 worth of 50-cent coins. Do we know how much that is? Can you all type it in the chat? How much or how many coins is $4 worth of 50-cent coins? How many coins is that? You all know? Alright, so we do know that $1 is 2 50-cent coins, right? Yes, indeed, so many 8s coming in. You're right. So then, if I want $4, I have 2 times 4 to give us 8 50-cent coins. Okay, so that means out of these 50-cent coins, I'm going to take away 8 because I'm going to exchange. So I'm going to take away 8. Okay, if I take away 8, that means my remainder must be 7 because 8 plus 7 equals 15. Agree? My remainder must be 7 because 8 plus 7 equals 15. Okay, then they told you that this is going to be exchanged for 20-cent coins. So same thing, $1 is 5 20-cent coins. So if I have $4, that would be again times 4 to give us 20 20-cent coins. Agree? 20 20-cent coins. So this one we are going to add. Because we exchange it for 20-cent coins, we are going to add another 20 to the 20-cent coins. Okay, somewhere here. Agree? Alright. So if at the top is 15, at the bottom is 20, we can fill in all the values. That means if I trace down, this will be 7. If I trace down, this will be 8. Then the remainder must be 20 minus 15, which is 5. Clear? Do we see the answer very clearly now? Do we see the answer very clearly? At the end, 50-cent coins is this portion. Okay, and at the end, the 20-cent coins is this portion. So the difference is option number 2. Indeed, option number 2. So the difference at the end is going to be 8 plus 5 to give us 13. Okay? This question easy? Alright. So easy. Wow, very good. Easy means you understand perfectly. So you can score marks here, okay? This question can be solved by drawing model only. Not quite. Like many of you are also suggesting in the comments, you can use algebra method as well, no problem. Okay, you can use algebra method as well. But drawing model is slightly easier, okay? So let me explain one more time. Okay, step 1, you draw the what the question says at the start. 15 more 50-cent coins. So 15 more 50 cent, then 20 cent. This part can follow, right? Okay, 15 more. Then she decided to change $4 worth of 50-cent coins for 20-cent coins. Means this one I want to remove. $4 is 8 50-cent coins, and this one I want to add in. Okay, so I take away 8 and I add in 20 inside here. Okay, I take away 8, I add in 20. So if I take away 8, the difference is 7 here. The balance is 7. And if I add in 20, I just trace down all the numbers. This portion is 7, this portion is 8, then the balance must be 5. Okay, so the difference at the end is what I have highlighted. 50 cent ends here, 20 cent ends here. The difference is 13. 8 plus 5, 13. Okay, so the final answer is option number 2. Sorry, I wrote 3 here. It should be 2. Okay, option number 2. Clear? Alright. Should be option 2. So far, so good? Okay. Shall we move on to the next question? Alright, before we move on, you guys know the drill. Please help me. What a shameless plug, right? But thank you very much for all your likes and your support and your shares. You guys know the drill. My shameless plug is in here again. Please help me share this live and like this live. Thank you very much. Alright, please also remember to follow us on our social media channels, okay? On our TikTok, on our Instagram page, as well as our YouTube channel. You can also join our Telegram channel to have all the resources, okay? The answers are also posted every week on our Telegram channel, so don't forget to join us there, okay? Alright, thank you for all the likes. Very nice of you guys. Thank you so much. Okay, we are going to move on in 3, 2, 1. Alright, let's move on. Question number 6. No, not 6, 5. We have one more question after number 5, okay? One more after 5. Alright, question number 5. Okay, for those of you who just joined, welcome. My name is Coach Shahira. From MasterMaths, we are going through the technique of model drawing on our PSLE Maths revision series. Okay, you can definitely get the resources from our Telegram channel, so please go ahead and join us there if you need. Alright, let's go on to question 5. The participants in a relay game are divided into 2 groups. The participants are divided into 2 groups. Do you think the 2 groups are equal here? Did they say the 2 groups are equal? Can we assume the 2 groups are equal? What do you guys think? Can we assume equality? Yes or no? No, right? Okay, they did not say equally, so we cannot assume equality. Okay? We cannot assume equality. Alright, so then let's move on. We don't know whether it's equal or not. We don't have any information to draw yet, so let's move on. In the first group, there are 96 more boys than girls. Straight away we can draw something, right? So I'm going to draw my first group. Okay, group 1. Group 1, I am going to have 96 more boys than girls. So this will be 96, and the girls will be at the bottom. Okay, so notice, right? Even though I haven't finished reading the question, I can start drawing something already from this line. 96 more boys than girls. Straight away, I draw to visualize. Okay? So always do it line by line, step by step. Alright. Now, in the second group, there are 32 more girls than boys. Okay, before we go on to draw the second group, okay, I am going to do something here so that it's not too confusing for you guys. We are going to move on to the third step first, which is this portion. 58% of all participants are boys. Straight away, if 58% are boys, how many percent are girls? Can you help me find that? If 58% are boys, girls must be how many percent? 100% minus 58% to give us 42%. You're right. Very good. So girls would be 42%. Okay? Now I'm going to draw second group together with the first group. Okay? I'm going to draw the second group together with the first group so that visually it's very easy to see. I'm going to use red color. Okay? So let's see. Now group 2 will be in red. Okay, group 2 will be in red. Let me change this back to the same thickness. Okay, for group 2 to be in red, let's take a look. The boys is going to be 32 less than the girls. Or rather, girls, there are 32 more than the boys. So here's what I'm going to draw. I am going to draw the girls. This is like an inverted model for the red color portion. Okay, I am going to draw the boys. And then I'm going to draw the girls with an extra 32. Do we understand this part? Do we understand this part? The group 2 portion, the boys is at the top, the girls is at the bottom. There are 32 more girls than boys. Understand? Okay, why do I draw it this way? It is so that I can see all the boys at one go, all the girls at one go because I already know boys is 58% and girls is 42%. Understand? Okay? Some of you very good. You already go and quickly find the difference. Okay? So, here, to find girls, we take 100 minus 58, right? To give us 42. So all the boys is 58, all the girls is 42. I joined group 2 together with group 1's model and invert group 2's model so that we can see the difference very clearly. Okay, this difference will be 58% minus 42%, which is 16%. Agree? Wow, so many of you are doing it so well. You're right. So we have 16% here, which is going to be 96 minus 32 to give us 64. Fantastic. Right? Can see? So you see why it's important to draw group 2 and group 1 side by side to be able to see the difference very clearly. If you draw them separately, then it's going to be a little bit difficult to visualize. Okay? Very good. You got it. I'm so happy for you guys. Okay, so we know that 16% is 64. We can find 1%, which is 64 divided 16 to give us 4. And I want to find boys. Boys would be 58%. So 58 times 4 to give us, where is this? Oops. 58 times 4 to give us 232. So our final answer would be option 4. Okay? Option 4. Alright. Great. Do we understand this? How do you all feel after being able to solve this question? Good. That sense of achievement is very nice, right? Fantastic. Alright. I am unfortunately running behind time, so please stay with me for a little while more. Please stay with me. I know you guys are a little bit tired. We have one last question to go, then we will end, okay? Please stay with me. For the rest of you who just joined, welcome. My name is Coach Shahira from MasterMaths. We are going through the technique of model drawing, okay? The worksheets can be found on our Telegram channel. The link is on the screen at the bottom left and the middle top corner of the worksheet. Okay? Alright. Can you help me spam the like button? Then I'll move on in 1 minute's time. Okay? Please help me spam the like button. I'll move on in 1 minute's time. Okay. Hello everyone. Hi, those of you who just joined. Okay, let's move on. Question number 6. Okay, thank you so much for all your likes. Let's go on to question number 6. Okay, again, thank you as well for those of you who are staying with us. Really appreciate your time. Okay, question number 6. Felicia and Julia had some pink and yellow beads. Felicia had 100 more beads than Julia. Okay, so straight away I'm going to draw Felicia, Julia, and Felicia will have 100 more than Julia. Okay? So model drawing here, follow the flow of the question. The tip is to follow what the question says. I'm going to draw 100 for Felicia. Okay? Alright. Then the question told you that the number of pink beads that she had was 25 more than the number of pink beads that Julia had. So this is going to get a little bit confusing. So I'm going to go part by part by part, okay? Now for Felicia's model, we are going to draw one unit. I don't know how many pink beads. I'm going to call it 1 unit plus 25 since she has more. And Julia will have 1 unit. Recall at the start as well, I mentioned, if you don't know something, call it 1 unit, okay? So I'm going to call this 1 unit and another, roughly here, 25. This is all her pink beads. Whereas for Julia, she only have 1 unit of pink beads. Okay? Alright. Therefore, the rest of their bits must be the other color, right? Because they only have two colors, pink and yellow. So the rest of these bits must be yellow for Julia, and the rest here must be yellow for Felicia. Understand? Everybody understand? So again, step 1, I draw Felicia 100 more. Step 2, I cut Felicia's bar. I don't know how many pink she has. I'm going to call it 1 unit and another 25. Because she has 25 more than Julia. Whereas Julia will get 1 unit of pink only. Okay? So the rest of their bits must be yellow. Now in the next line, they told you that Julia had 68 more yellow bits than pink bits. We already know Julia's pink bits is 1 unit. So Julia's yellow must be 1 unit plus 68. Okay? So this yellow portion here, I am going to cut it as 1 unit plus another 68. Are we able to see? Because Julia has 68 more yellow. Okay, then pink. So far can follow? Okay? Alright. So if she has 68 more yellow, we are going to cut the yellow into 1 unit with another extra 68. Okay? Then, if we trace it back, okay, what I'm going to do here is just tracing. Okay? I'm going to just trace back this portion. Trace upwards. That means this portion must be 1 unit, and this portion will be 68 minus 25. Can everybody see that? Okay? Can everybody see that? If I trace back this portion, that means up here is 1 unit, the others must be 68 minus 25. So let's take a look at what 68 minus 25 is. Okay, 68 minus 25 will give us 43. So this extra portion is 43. Right? So now, can we find the difference between the yellow and pink bits that Felicia has? Okay, so now based on our model, the yellow that Felicia has is going to be 1 unit plus 43 plus 100. Whereas the pink that she has is just 1 unit plus 25. Okay? So now if we want to find the difference, all we need to do is take 100 plus 43, we minus away 25. Okay? Find the difference by taking 100 plus 43 minus 25, because the 1 unit is going to cancel each other out. That leaves us with our final answer, 118. So our final answer is 118. Understand? Can follow? Alright, so I'm going to repeat one more time, okay? Repeat one more time. Step 1, Felicia 100 more than Julia. So Felicia, the question says 100 more, I'm going to draw extra 100. Okay? Step 2, let me change this into something that is a little bit more visible. So step 1, Felicia 100 more than Julia. Okay? Now step 2, inside Felicia's bits, there are some pink and some yellow. And they told you that Felicia has 25 more pink than Julia. So we don't know how many Julia has. We can call it 1 unit, and then Felicia will get extra 25. That's it. Okay? So that means the rest must be yellow. The rest must be yellow. Okay? Then they told you that Julia has 68 more yellow than pink. So 68 more yellow than pink. We can cut this extra portion into 1 unit and another 68. Alright? So if we trace upwards, this portion must be 1 unit based on what Julia has. And this portion must be 68 minus 25. Clear? So the difference at the end will be 100 plus 43 minus 25 to give us 118. Alright, how do we feel after all these questions? Do we feel slightly more comfortable and confident to draw models now? I hope this session has helped you guys. Okay, for those of you who stayed all the way till the end, thank you very, very much for all your support. Thank you for also staying back to listen to this last question. It's a pleasure to have everybody here. Alright, my name is Coach Shahira from MasterMaths. This has been our PSLE Maths Revision series, and we have gone through the technique of model drawing today. Thank you very much, guys. I'll see you guys next week at the same time. Alright, thank you. Bye-bye. Story time. Okay, story time. Alright, are we ready for story time? Okay, so story time. This happened when I was in I think Sec 1 or Sec 2, around 13-14 years old. Very funny. Until now, I always laugh, okay? So the story is, last time, right, when I was in Sec 1 or Sec 2, I cannot remember, I did not bring my ruler. So I really needed a ruler, right? So I went to go and borrow from my friend. She was sitting behind me. So I went to borrow the ruler from her. See, before I even tell you, I already laugh. Okay, so I went to borrow the ruler from her, and she had an extra, so she did not ask from me back. Okay, so we were doing our work. We needed a ruler, do very long, almost very long, almost the whole lesson I used her ruler. Okay, and then after a while we did not need the ruler anymore, so it was just sitting at the corner of my table. Okay, then come the next lesson, we don't need ruler anymore, right? So I was packing my things, and then I saw the ruler at the corner of my table. And I was so annoyed because I've seen this ruler so many times. I was so annoyed. I picked up the ruler and I turned to my friend beside me. And guess what I said? It was so funny. I was so annoyed. I told her, I literally was so annoyed. I said to her, whose ruler is this? Why is it always on my table? It's so funny. So I actually forgot that I borrowed my friend's ruler, and I still have the cheek to go and scold her and say, whose ruler is this? Why is it always on my table? So then my friend was like, girl, that ruler you borrowed from her, remember? And I was so embarrassed. I turned around and I said sorry. Then I gave it back to her. Oh goodness gracious. Until now, I always remember this, and I always crack up. I don't know why I was so annoyed that day. So I was like, so sassy somehow, you know. Whose ruler is this? Why is it always on my table? And now it was my own embarrassment. So I went to apologize to her. It was so funny. Yeah, the audacity to ask, right? Goodness gracious. Which secondary school did I go to? I went to Jurong Secondary School. Do you all know where is Jurong Secondary? Jurong Secondary is somewhere in Taman Jurong area. So those of you who are staying in the west, I'm sure you've heard of it. Yeah, it's in Taman Jurong. Okay, thank you very much for staying, guys. Next week, I think of more funny things that happened to me before I share with you guys, okay? Thank you very much. I'll see you guys next week. Bye. Thank you. Bye-bye. Alright, I'll end the live in 5 seconds. Hi, Fateh. Bye, Fateh. I'll see you next week. I see Ferhan here also. Bye, Ferhan. Alright. 3, 2, 1. Goodbye.